is up, you guys? This is Minisuperheroes Today.
Hey guys, I got this in from LEGO. These are the LEGO Marvel Mechs. I got them early thanks to LEGO, but check it out. The box got demolished, so I can only imagine the contents inside are even worse. Now, I want to be the first to say I don't really care. I'm going to open these anyways because LEGO sent them to review, but it will be funny to see how bad these boxes got demolished. I mean, the shipping box looks like it got smashed with LEGO Thor's hammer. Anyways, let's see. Oh my gosh, look, the Wolverine box is just flat as a pancake. Like I said, I really don't care that the boxes got damaged, but it is pretty funny. I mean, geez, they just got destroyed. But that's not the important part. The important part is what's inside, so let's get them built up and see what they look like. All right, here are all three of the new LEGO Marvel Mechs for 2022. These come out April 1st, and they are all $10 each in the United States. Now, of course, we have Wolverine, Black Panther, and Iron Man, and if you didn't know, these have a pretty interesting history. These were supposed to come out January 1st. They ended up getting delayed, but several of us in the LEGO Ambassador Network actually did end up receiving them, but LEGO said we couldn't make anything with them. So, actually, if I move my camera up, you can see where those ones are up on my shelf up there, and now of course we have these new ones. Interestingly, they did not change the box design at all, so I am able to show you side by side what the differences are, and I've decided that the easiest one to show you that with is the Iron Man one. So let's look at the box here. You can see the box, and if you zoom in on the hips, check out how where the leg attaches to the hips, there's like a little microphone style piece that goes in there. That is not what they ended up doing on the actual model. Can you see the difference right there? And then what's actually right here? So we'll take a closer look at that in a minute because that's actually my biggest gripe with these three sets. But I will say, I just want to get it off out of the bat because, you know, again, there's a lot of controversy with these, with them getting delayed and stuff. I just want to say, I do think that all three of them are worth buying. I mean, $10 to get 3 new Marvel minifigs a piece is totally worth it. All the minifigs rock, and like I like to say with LEGO a lot, even if you buy a set and don't like it, just tear it apart and use the pieces to build something else. And at $10 a piece, this is really about as cheap as it gets for LEGO superhero sets. So I love all three. I just want to get that right off the bat, but let's take a look at all three and show you those in detail. So here we go with Iron Man up first. Now, it's a really nice mech. I do love the color scheme that we get of it. I'm not a big mech guy, I have to be honest. These are not my jam, but I do think that they're cool. Now, as I mentioned, the hips are the same on all three, but check this out. Let's move the legs down so that we can take a closer look at the build mechanic here. So you can see that there's a 2x1 plate with a little ball joint. Then on top of that, another 2x1 plate, but that makes the legs uneven. So this leg, the right leg, actually is one stud further out than the other one. So if you look at it, you can see that it is uneven, and the figure is always going to stand just a little bit weird. It's going to stand a little bit forward for that reason. It's definitely a little bit of a bummer, and I don't necessarily love that about these. Now, as far as the minifigure we have here, this is an Iron Man that appears to loosely be based on the Iron Man 3 armor. It's not exactly the Iron Man 3 armor, but again, it's loosely based. So if you missed that back in 2013, it's a really nice way to get the, general armor. I would probably switch out gold arms, but regardless, it's still a very cool figure. And again, at $10 for that set, it's hard to argue with. Next up, we have Black Panther. I'm not going to go over the hips for all of them, but the Black Panther one, you can definitely see that the legs, the right leg, of course, is further out. As with all the mechs, you can open it up in the front here, and there is a little space that you can put the minifigure inside so that it looks like they're piloting it. As far as the mech itself, there are no play features like stud shooters or anything. I do like that the 4 fingers on the hands kind of move so you could have it grip something. Then, of course, with all the mechs, you've got a hip joint, a knee joint, and an ankle joint. And then you've got a shoulder joint, another interesting shoulder joint, then a little wrist joint right there. So they all do look pretty good, but probably the most interesting thing for all three is the minifigure itself. So let's take a look at that. This is Black Panther. I can't say that it's based off of any specific version, although it reminds me a lot of the Civil War version, particularly with the mask that doesn't show the eyes. Interestingly enough, this also comes with a T'Challa head you could switch out. It's the first of the Marvel mechs to come with an alternate head, which is definitely a welcome addition. It uses the T'Challa hair from the CMF series, and then, of course, a new face, which is definitely a welcomed addition. Last but not least is Wolverine, which is probably the one that all of us were most excited about. It's a great mech. It's got all the same posability as before. Got a printed X piece on the chest and the belt. Of course, it opens up so you can put Wolverine inside, and I love the claws on the hands. In fact, it reminds me of when I was a kid in school, and I would put pencils between my fingers to look like Wolverine. I suppose you could use these for that if you wanted to make your own, like, Wolverine claws. Pretty cool. Anyways, again, it's just a $10 mech, so not too much to say there. But the Wolverine minifig is the thing of all three of these that we are most excited about as a fandom, I would say. We haven't had a Wolverine in over half a decade, so it's really nice to finally get one again. Gotta love the helmet that has two colors, of course, the black wings, if you will, with the yellow in the middle. One side of the face, he's got like a snarling growl face, and I love that they put the little band around his eyes so that when you put the helmet on, there's whites, but if you flip the helmet around, he does have an alternate head. And I really like that head as well. It's a great Logan head. Of course, we've got printing on the back of the torso. Great printing on the front. I wish he had leg printing, and it is nice to see that Iron Man got leg printing. But anyways, I'll be doing a Purist Custom update on this one very soon. And with that being said, we're going to bring this video to a close. So first and foremost, thank you to LEGO for sending these to me to review for you guys. I know we've all been interested in these as a fandom for quite some time, and I'm glad to finally get to review them for you. Drop a comment down below. Let me know which of these three are your favorite. Let me know if that hip problem really bothers you at all, or if you're kind of like me and you agree that it's just a $10 set, so it's not really worth getting worked up over. Thanks again for checking this out. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Well, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and maybe check out one of my other videos listed here.